Do you struggle with saying no to your spouse? Are you afraid that if you say no, that it's going to turn into a fight? Or have you ever wondered, how do I say no without hurting your spouse or damaging your connection or your relationship? Well, if this is your struggle, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to say no with clarity and kindness so that you can have what you want in your relationship and marriage without damaging your connection. Recently, I posted a video about making it okay to say no to your spouse, and I'll put the link to it in the description. But in that video, I talked about why no has to be safe in a healthy marriage. Because if your spouse can't say no, they can't truly say yes. If you can't say no, you can't truly say yes. And if yes is the only safe answer, you'll never know whether your spouse's yes is genuine or they're just saying that to avoid a fight. I also talked in this video about a key mindset shift, that no is not rejection. Saying no is simply information. It might mean I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, I need time, or that just doesn't work for me right now, or I just don't want to do that. And I covered a few practical tools about lowering the temperature fast, like asking in a way that allows a real answer, responding to no with curiosity instead of control, and using a counteroffer so your spouse hears, I'm not rejecting you, I'm still moving towards you. But in this video, I want to go deeper and get really practical about saying no to your spouse. How do you say no with clarity and kindness so that you can protect your peace without damaging your connection, so that you can have what you want in your relationship and marriage without damaging it? And if we haven't met, I'm Kelly DuPay, your Christian marriage coach and author of the acclaimed book, Turn It Up, How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want. I help couples build the marriage God wants them to have, and I provide practical tools, real hope, and biblical truth. And if you want help applying this to your specific marriage, I offer a free 30-minute strategy call. You can book that at my website, which is turnitup.coach, or use the link in the description. And I also have a free couples communication guide that you can grab today, and I'll put the link for that in the description too. A loving marriage requires two things at the same time: honesty and unity. Honesty is being able to say yes and no. And then unity means staying connected while you're different, because you each have different preferences and desires. The Bible tells us how to do both. In Matthew 5:37, Jesus said, all you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. You see, clarity and saying yes and no is not unspiritual. It's really living out a life of integrity. And 2 Corinthians 9:7 is a huge verse about setting boundaries. It says this: each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion. And if you want to have a great marriage, there needs to be the freedom to say yes or no to each other. If there's pressure, manipulation, or guilt, your spouse may say yes, but they're doing it reluctantly or because they feel they have to. In other words, they're being compelled. But when there's freedom, they can say yes and say no by making that choice. And if you've never been allowed to say no, or you've trained yourself to avoid conflict, saying no might feel scary at first. But let me assure you, think of saying no as a muscle. You have to use it for it to get stronger. And here's the good news. As you practice saying no with kindness, your marriage is actually going to get stronger, and then your yes becomes more trustworthy. And this is important. I'm not teaching or suggesting that you become the spouse who automatically says no. A healthy marriage is generous. It considers the request seriously. So aim for this. Your automatic response isn't no. Your automatic response is, let me think about that or consider that. And as often as you can, choose yes out of love, not out of pressure. That way, when you do say no, your spouse knows it's a real limit and not a rejection. By the way, if this is helpful so far, hit subscribe so you can get my weekly 10-minute videos and my daily short ones. So I want to give you 5 action steps that will help you say no with clarity and kindness. Step number 1 is this: buy time so you don't react. One of the best ways to say no without triggering a fight in the moment is to not answer immediately. Try this: well, let me think about that, or that's a good idea, or that's interesting. Let me think about that and get back to you. You see, that phrase does 3 things. First off, it shows respect. I'm taking you seriously. Secondly, it reduces pressure. You don't have to solve the issue or respond to the issue right now. And then thirdly, it gives you space to respond wisely instead of reacting emotionally. And then this part actually matters. You need to think about it. So when you say, let me think about it, you're not saying yes, you're not saying no, you're just giving yourself some time to reflect on it. And if you can say yes right away, then feel free. But rather than just automatically shutting it down and saying, nope, not going to do that, well, maybe say, let me think about it. Now, step number 2 is this: as you think about it, decide what's good for you and for your relationship and what it's going to cost. So ask yourself, is this a reasonable request? Would it cost me, or how much is it going to cost me in time or energy or money? And then what would it mean to my spouse if I said yes? Because maybe there's a counteroffer that you can make instead. And I'll tell you more about that in a moment. Step number 3 is this: say no clearly. That means don't hint, don't send a mixed message, and don't use the word maybe. If you're going to say no, say it clearly. Most couples don't fight about the boundary. They fight about the tone, the timing, and the story that's attached to it in their minds. One spouse hears no and thinks, you don't care. I'm not important. You always shut me down. So let's make your no clear and make it land with love. Let me say it plainly. You can say the right words with the wrong tone, and it will still feel like rejection. Here's what I mean by clear: don't hint, don't stall, and don't say yes with your mouth and no with your attitude. For example, if you say, no, I don't want to do that. No, I'm not available this weekend. Once again, remember what Jesus said in Matthew 5:37, and give a clear yes or a clear no. So step number 4 is add warmth, so your no doesn't feel like rejection. What do I mean by this? You see, it's the way you say the no. It's the tone you use. Tone is the difference between no, which means go away, or no, but I love you. Translation, I'm still with you. So when you say no, pay attention to things like your volume, your facial expression, your body language, and whether you sound annoyed, rushed, or disgusted. A helpful goal is this: try to say no firmly, calmly, and with kindness. Genesis 2:24 says that for this reason a man would leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. Well, oneness means you protect your unity by setting boundaries and by not attacking your partner. Because when you say yes out of compulsion, when you say yes out of pressure and don't really mean it, what happens is that you're going to end up resenting it and maybe get frustrated or angry at your spouse. Well, you want to protect your oneness by refusing to participate in those things, resentment and bitterness. And the way to do that is learning how to say no if you don't really want or want to go along or do what your spouse is asking you to do. Here are a few examples where the words are basically the same, but the tone changes everything. For example, if your spouse says, hey, let's talk. Well, the wrong tone would say, no, not now. Maybe it's sharp, irritated, maybe you're looking at your phone. But a better way to say, this isn't a good time. I really want to hear you, and I'm just not in a good place to talk. Can we do so tonight with a calm voice warmly and with making eye contact. Another example is maybe your spouse is asking you for help with something. Well, wrong tone is no, I can't do that. And maybe sighing, dismissive, eye roll. But a better tone would be, I can't really do that right now, or I can't do that today, but I can tomorrow. So let's do that tomorrow when I've got more energy, and it'll be a much better experience for both of us. Will that be okay? Another example is a request for intimacy. Well, if your spouse is saying, I'd like to be intimate with you right now, what do you think? Your response in a wrong tone could be, no, I'm tired, and just turn away. And that's cold and shutting it down. Or you could say, well, tonight I'm really tired, but how about this? Tomorrow morning or tomorrow night, I'll be a lot more rested and it'll be a lot better. You see, that is a better way to say it. Now, step number 5 is make a counteroffer if you can. Here's the secret sauce. A no without a next can feel like rejection. A counteroffer is something like this. Well, I can't do it right now, but I can tomorrow. I'll help you tomorrow. Or I don't feel like going out to dinner tonight, but let's go tomorrow night. And this is where Amos 3:3 fits in. It says, can two walk together unless they are agreed? Agreement doesn't mean identical preferences. It means you choose a shared path forward. And watch out for these 3 common traps. The vague maybe, okay? We'll see. Well, what does that mean? It means I don't want to deal with this. Or the harsh shutdown, which is nope, not happening, no way. Or the reluctant yes, which is obviously, like I said, saying yes while you don't really want to, and then getting resentful about that later. One more thing to avoid. It's the spiritual guilt trip. If you were a good Christian, you wouldn't want to do that. Now, the Bible tells us in Philippians that we are each to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. So you need to trust that God is going to speak to your spouse if he or she is asking you to do something that you don't feel good about. Or then you say, well, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I'm not going to participate. And if it's really obviously something that's wrong or sinful or even illegal, then you need to be firm and you need to say, no, we are not going to do that. That's wrong. And let the chips fall where they may if your spouse is going to resist that. So here's a few other real life scripts that you can use. Let's say you're invited to a family event this Saturday and you just really don't want to go because you're really tired. So you could say, you know what? I'm sorry, but no, I don't really want to go to that party this Saturday. I need some downtime. But I'll tell you what, why don't we think about it and maybe decide Thursday after we see how our week is going, or maybe after we take a look at the calendar. Or then another one would be if your wife or husband wants to buy something and you're like, I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe we can't afford it. How do I say no? Well, make the budget the bad guy in this conversation. And I have other videos and teachings about how to manage your finances together that you might want to check out. But you could respond with, well, can we afford to buy that right now? Let's take a look at the budget and see what the budget says, right? That is another way that you could say no without saying no, okay? So what am I trying to say? A healthy marriage isn't 2 people who never say no. It's 2 people who can say no without breaking trust, with maintaining their connection. And if you want some help applying this to your marriage or relationship, well, book that free 30-minute strategy call that I mentioned earlier. The link is in the description, or you can go to my website, turnitup.coach. And if you want more on this topic, be sure to watch the video on the screen or click the link in the description. It's the one on making it okay to say no in your marriage. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.